Those are some pretty dramatic readings today, aren't they? In the first reading, Elijah stands alone on Mount Carmel. Hundreds of prophets of Baal are on one side, and Elijah is on the other, and he asks the people a simple question. How long will you straddle the issue? If the Lord is God, follow him. What strikes me is that this wasn't really about fire. It wasn't about an impressive miracle. It was about the people's hearts. They had divided their loyalty. Part of their heart belonged to God, and part belonged somewhere else. And that's really where today's gospel connects. Jesus tells us that he hasn't come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. In other words, he's not interested in people just checking religious boxes. He's interested in transforming hearts. That's exactly what we see in the Sacred Heart of Jesus. When we talk about the Sacred Heart, we're talking about the heart of Jesus that loves his Father completely, perfectly, and without compromise, the heart that never wavers, the heart that is fully devoted to the Father. And that's where I find today's readings both challenging and encouraging. If I'm honest, there are still places in my life where my heart is divided. Maybe I trust God with some things, but not others. Maybe I surrender some worries, but keep holding tightly to the rest. Maybe I say I want God's will, but only if it matches my plans. The people on Mount Carmel weren't the only ones tempted to have divided hearts. The good news is that Jesus doesn't simply point out the problem. He gives us his own heart. The Sacred Heart isn't an example for us to admire. It's a gift for us to receive. And that's where today's psalm becomes so beautiful. The psalmist says, You are my inheritance, O Lord, not my possessions, not my accomplishments, not my plans. You. That's the invitation of the Sacred Heart, to slowly learn that God Himself is enough, to let Him become our inheritance, our security, our hope, and our joy. As we continue our Sacred Heart Novena today, let's ask Jesus to unite our hearts more closely to His. Wherever our hearts are divided, fearful, distracted, or hesitant, may He draw us back to Himself. Sacred Heart of Jesus, help us to love the Father with an undivided heart just as you do.